So this is a very important topic. I'm going to talk about how life is corrupt, how the system itself is a scam. The system of society is a scam. And I still don't understand how most people haven't figured it out, and there are people who have figured it out and they still submit to the whims of the system that exploits them. Okay, so listen. This is how the system operates. Of any society, the government, the legislation, the rules of any society, the rules of any regional government. The system wants money from people. That is it. That is the only reason why the system tolerates our existence. Okay? That is the only thing that matters. Your votes don't matter. Your opinions don't matter one way or another. So here is how the system is so obvious to me. To me, it is pure evil. Now think about this. See, you should know by now that the school industry, it is only backed by the government because the school system produces, the next generation of workers and taxpayers. It has been proven that the school system, its only purpose, it is to produce mindless, obedient followers, just like their parents, just like their parents' parents. This is what the school does, and that is why Big Daddy government likes the school system. Okay, so think about this. Think about how deranged, how absurd, how sinister all of this is. So you get a job and you produce money. You produce value. Your own hard work, your own blood, sweat, and tears. The government does not involve itself in any way. The government does not help you in any way with the production of the money that you produce. It is only your work that produces this money. You have no advantage thanks to the government. Absolutely none. None. And I will not trust anyone who says that they have an advantage from the government by producing money. Your salary is your salary. Period. Because you work it. Your own toil. Right? So, what happens? Before you can get your hands on your own salary, the government says 5%, 20%, healthcare, taxes, this, that, and you lost 30% or whatever of your salary. For what? Listen, folks, taxation on your salary is theft in broad daylight. Legalized theft. A legalized crime. Right? It's like me saying, you work, you get your salary, and I said, my share, 50%. And you're like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm nobody. Give me your money, bro. Right? I'm government. I didn't help you in any way. I didn't give you any benefits. 50%. My cut. Okay? So this is how the system shows itself for who it really is. This is how it shows its true face, its true colors. Explain to me, in any shape, whatever ideology you want to use, whatever rhetoric you want to use, it's just not, it cannot be backed by anything. Okay? So you work your ass off, and then you get pilfered for all to see, and it is legal because you're part of a society. See, I don't have a car, so I don't care about the maintenance of the roads. So automatically, my taxes shouldn't be taken for the maintenance of the roads because I don't have a car and I'm not planning on owning any car. Another thing, I don't care about the health system. I don't want to go to any hospital. I never go to any hospital. And I don't care about health or medical insurance because I have seen what really happens. And these 3 years with the pandemic, with the scamdemic, have demonstrated what the medical institution is really all about. The medical institution has betrayed the public. Okay, so I don't care, and I will never go to a hospital. So yet again, my taxes should not be taken for, health care, because I don't care about that. And other things. I don't care about infrastructure. I'm not involved in any movement. I don't care about the city. I don't care about the mayor and city hall. So yet again, why do I have to pay taxes on what? And again, listen, this is so absurd. So you make your own money by yourself. Government doesn't chip in any way, sense, or shape to make you more money. But you have to do your taxes. You have to file the proper paperwork. You have to pay your dues. And I'm like, for what? So listen, for the right to earn a living, you have to pay a price. For the right to earn money so that you can feed yourself, you have to pay a price. And I'm like, what about every person's God-given right to exist and to produce value and to not be disturbed by the government as long as that person doesn't harm another or if that person doesn't break the law? So why is taxation, which is theft, legalized? You have to pay in order to make money. I'm like, what? What is this catch-22, bro? Right? What is this catch-22 that people don't mind this? People aren't bothered by this. They start revolutions and uprisings for something like Hogwarts Legacy, but when the government steals from them with a claw, they don't mind at all. Are people morons, bro? Are they dumber than a sack of bricks? And another thing. So, you work your ass off and you make that money. After taxation. You have that money. You save that money in a bank account or whatever. You invest that money in order to make more money. Right? So you do all the moves. You participate in every avenue to make even more money. Why? Well, guess what? You want to own your own home. You want to own your own house or your own apartment or whatever. And after working for like fucking 10 years or whatever, now you have enough money. You put the money on the table. Outright. Cash. I don't know. $200K. That's your money. Bills. Physical. That's your hard work after 10 years. And you buy your own property. It is your possession. You have the receipt. You have the documentation. It is all legal. Nobody can deny that this is your property. It's yours. No question about it. Nobody can deny. Nobody can question. It is yours. And guess what, bruh? The system. The system says, oh, now you have a house, huh? You have an apartment, huh? And you're like, yep. And the system is like, well, guess what? Ha! You're gonna have to pay taxes on property. And I'm like, this is the most absurd. How it shows that the system is purely demonic. You have purchased a property with your own money, your own toil, everything legal. It is yours. And you pay taxes on property for the right to own your property. I mean, taxation on property is, bro, it's immoral. It's evil, right? So you own a house. You have to pay taxes because you own a house. For the right to own a house in this city, the city will take money from you. If you do not pay your taxes on property, they can take your house. They can take your apartment, even though it is your property, even if you have all the documents, even if your name is on the dotted line with your signature, all the stamps, the bank can take it away, even though your property is like 1,000 times more worth than the taxes you have to pay. How is this? This is, yet again, legalized theft. Legalized pilfery. You know? How is this possible? And why aren't people upset? And most importantly, why are people so submissive to it? What are they going to do? Are they gonna arrest everybody? Do they have enough jails for everybody if they don't pay their taxes? Are they going to appropriate everybody's house and apartment if we do not pay our taxes? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And they think that people will just sit by and let this happen? Another thing. If that isn't enough, guess what? You want a car, huh? You want a car that you will buy with your own money. Guess what? That is, of course, yet another property, another possession. Guess what? You're gonna have to pay taxes for that shit. For the right to own and drive a car, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that shit. Why? Fuck if I know. And that's not enough. Guess what? You're gonna need insurance on your car, on your apartment. For what? If you do not have insurance, well, you're gonna get fined. How can they obligate you to buy insurance? Maybe I don't have money for insurance. Maybe I do not want insurance on my apartment. And that's not enough. Guess what? If you drive your car outside of your county, for example, guess what? You're gonna have to buy, and this is in my country. If you drive your car outside of the city limits, then you will have to pay and buy a special, I don't know what you call it, a permit that gives you the right to drive on the roads of this country. It is so, bro, in Europe. At least here in East Europe, if you drive outside of your city, then you have to pay for a special permit that allows you to drive on the roads of this country. Okay? Do you understand what's happening here? That's not enough. You are a citizen of this city. You have been born here. You've always lived here. Guess what? You want parking, bro? You're gonna have to pay for that shit. And I'm just like, how? For what? Parking in a city should be absolutely free. It's not enough that you have to pay all of these taxes and fees and prices for the right to drive your car on these roads. No, you're gonna have to pay for parking. For parking. And if you park in the center of the city, that's gonna be like 100 times more expensive because it's the center of the city. So City Hall, the government, the system, is showing you a big FU to every taxpayer in this city. And taxpayers are like, just fuck me some more. I'm a simp for the government. The most simplistic thing possible, like a parking space, you're gonna have to pay for it. Nothing is for free. Nothing is like, I can't explain it, bro. Everything that seems to be a God-given right, that seems to be, I don't know, that should be free. That should be free. Because you pay all of these taxes. No, you're gonna have to pay for that. As well. Right? And people still simp for their local government, for their local representatives, for their local politicians. Bro, and when people ask me why I don't have a car, why I don't have a driver's license, I look at them like this, and I just think to myself, these people are fucking stupid for asking me this question. They are moronic to a fault. They are imbeciles and simpletons and idiots. How can, bro, it's like you have to be insane to own a car. Don't you just love paying like the most absurd taxes and fees for nothing? Oh, you want to drive the roads on your car? Tax here, tax there, fee here, tariff here, bakshish here. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, listen. It's like, what? Like, it's like, okay, let's say you buy a new phone, for example. And then for the rest of your life, as you use your phone, you're going to have to pay a tax for the right to use this phone that you have already paid for. This phone is your property. You have all the fucking documentation and all the paperwork, and you still have to pay a tax to use your phone every year. How do you like that? Wouldn't that be just nice? Like, this is what happens. Like, what the fuck? You've already paid for your house. Why do I have to pay property tax on the thing that I own? You know, it is a God-given right to own my own house, my own apartment, my own car. Why do I have to pay for the right to own them? And in perpetuity, as long as I live, I have to pay a tax for the things that I already own. And I'm like, bro, people were in an uproar 250 years ago. They were going to war over this. Huh? And nothing has changed. Everything, after every war, after every revolution, things have reverted to the same status quo. And motherfuckers have died for this generation after generation. And the dummies today, they have nothing to say. They don't know nothing about history. They don't know nothing about their ancestors. They don't know why they died. And all they talk about is, you know, nationalism and being patriotic while paying taxes. Taxation is legalized theft, and people simp for it because I guess they assume that it is proper to be milked dry for nothing at all. What does the government do for you? What is your benefit from all of this? Because listen, I'm 32 years old. I've been working since I was 20. And I have never reaped any benefit. I have not gained any advantage from the government, from City Hall, from politics, for paying my taxes. Nothing. So why am I paying for all of this? For what? for the right to exist, for the right to breathe, for the right to sleep in my bed, bruh? And you tell me that this isn't pure evil. And listen, I've made a video about, proof that this world is evil, because now, water is something that everybody needs to live, and you have to pay for it. If that is not a sign that this world is pure evil, then you are deranged. And I'm going to tell you another thing. The evil forces of this world have not yet figured out how to tax you on the oxygen intake. Not yet. But they will figure it out sometime in the future. They will be able to measure how much oxygen you inhale, and they will tax you accordingly. And it may happen in our lifetime. You better believe this shit. People think this is science fiction, what I'm talking about here. You better believe otherwise, Bubba. It's gonna happen probably in our lifetime. You're gonna pay for the air you breathe, just like you pay for the water you drink. The water that every living creature needs to exist. It doesn't bother people that they have to pay for water, right? If we live in a society, in a world that values life, that struggles to maintain life, that loves life, we love, life itself. People give to charities. Governments pay for, crippled people and philanthropy and so forth, right? We want to eliminate suffering both on the individual and the collective, and yet it's all right. It is ethically, morally, and philosophically all right to tax people on the water they drink. On the water they drink. Water which, in a couple of days, if you do not drink, you will die. You want to live? You want to drink water to live? Fat stacks, Bubba. Pay that shit. So, do you understand that society is a sham? It is a scam. It is a hoax. It is pretending to care. And people have been bamboozled to believe this. Your government doesn't care about you. The evil forces of this world do not care about you. Your politicians and your priests do not care about you. All they want is the money that you produce, and they will take it for free without giving anything in return. You see, I believe in the alchemical rule that a fair exchange. Therefore, if you give something, you should receive something of equal worth. That is what I believe in. So if I give something, then I should receive something of equal worth. I give you apples, you give me potatoes, or whatever. I give you beer, you give me wine or tobacco. Okay? What does the government give to anybody? Right? I don't feel safe. I'm not protected by the military. The police certainly don't protect the citizens, right? Politicians, they seem, with every new law, it seems that they are against the public, right? The healthcare system, the hospitals are a shit show. They are slaughterhouses. So let me tell you, what advantages do you have by paying your taxes? What is the benefit that you reap, that you receive from all of this money that you give to Big Daddy government? Nothing. You get a slap in the face, and then you're gonna get fucked in the ass. Right? And I am not about any political ideology. I don't give a fuck about socialism and communism and capitalism. I don't give a fuck about it. This is pure human rationale, critical thinking, logic. Okay? What advantage Do you have? You have your own home? And I'm like, bro, it's mine. I paid for it. Like, if you have a house, you're first gonna buy the earth, the soil on which you're gonna build your house. So you're gonna buy the land, and then you're gonna buy the materials to build your house or whatever, or you're gonna pay for all of it. And then you're gonna pay for the right to own that house? Like, huh? Right? Sooner or later, you're gonna pay for the right to sleep? You're gonna pay for the right to have leisure time? Oh, so let me tell you, in the future, we're all gonna work 24/7. And if you want to take a day off, to recuperate, because there will be no more weekends, guess what? You're gonna have to pay for that shit. You're gonna have to pay your employer, your corporation, from your salary to have a day off. How do you like that? Talk about Orwellian, okay? Talk about a nice catch-22. And people will love it. People will not think twice. They will simp as they have always simped. Because it is what it is. It's how life is. It is how it's supposed to be. It's how things are. It's how the cookie crumbles, huh? And people have the audacity to talk about being patriotic and being nationalistic and loving your country and loving your fellow countrymen. And they have the audacity to imagine that if there is a God, that God automatically loves us. Listen, folks, if there is a God, that God fucking despises us for our fucking behavior down here. This seems logical to me. Okay, so you need to divorce the assumption that you will go to heaven for being a good person, right? Right? If the majority of people stop paying their taxes, what's gonna happen? Are we all gonna get arrested, folks? Are we all gonna be sent to jail? Are there enough prisons to hold all of us? And will all of our property be stolen from us because we didn't pay our taxes? What's going to happen? If 90% of people don't pay their taxes, what's going to happen? Are we all going to disappear? What's going to happen? I'm curious. What's going to happen? Right? You work your ass off your entire life. What do you get? What do you get? Right? Right? When I started working, I used to give a little bit to the syndicate that was supposedly representing my best interests and my rights, and I didn't get diddly squat. It's all a scam. It's all a scam. It is word magic, right? Spell casting and shit. Because people don't understand words, they imagine that the words on this piece of paper, that means that you have a right. You have the right to remain silent. This is the juiciest truth bomb ever that proves that this world is fucking fake. It is a prison, it is a matrix simulation, whatever. You have the right to remain silent, bitch, and pay up, bitch. Like, it's so prominent, this, I don't know, cliche or whatever you want to call it, in every show, in every fucking anything. You have the right to remain silent. Whatever happened to my God-given rights? No, you have the right to remain silent, and that's it. And pay up. And I keep wondering what is wrong with people. What is wrong with their mindset? Is it out of convenience? It is because they don't want to think about it. It is because it's better to just have some fun. I don't get it. But this arrogance of theirs, this hubris, this audacity, because they have confidence in themselves. They are proud of themselves. And I look at them and I wonder why. Why are you so proud of yourself? Why are you so, why are you so vivacious in public? You're paying taxes. You're a bitch. You're a prostitute. We all are. People walk with their heads held high, and I just keep wondering why. Because we're all a bunch of slaves. A bunch of slaves. We're all a bunch of rubes, and we're being milked dry, but we're not being milked where it counts. Know what I'm saying? I'm saying that our prostates aren't being tickled just right. We're being milked of our most precious resources, right? And nowadays, I don't know about you, but I've noticed this. People that retire, they finally retire, they don't last long. They drop like a sack of bricks. Heart failure, aneurysms from the stress of work. Like, I've seen it. People don't even get to retire. They die at their jobs, in their 50s. And now they keep raising, the age of retirement, right? So now it was back in the day it was 50s. Now it's 65. Now it's 75. You will never reach your pension. You will never manage to retire. This is how the system operates. Bubba. It's a slaughterhouse in miniature. It is, what's the word I want to use here? It is slaughter in increments, slowly, boiling the frog so it doesn't notice that it's being killed, like whatever metaphor you want to use. Huh? And I've noticed this. Bro, people love bureaucracy. They love paperwork. They love filling paperwork. They love the fact that they pay their dues on time. They love that they're being punctual with paying their taxes. Because it makes them feel important. It makes them feel like they are valued, that they are contributing to society. Talk about being delusional. Like, these people have been brainwashed with the silliest, goofiest thing possible. Right? People are dumber than a sack of bricks, folks. Hundreds of years ago, people were willing to die for their right to be free and just exist, because these fucking empires and these royals were not only were taxing the shit out of these peasants, these villagers, but they were fucking harassing them, oppressing them, raping them, killing them. And they were like, well, live free or die on me. And you think you're a patriot. You think you're a nationalistic angel. Right? I think this word patriot is just, used so easily nowadays. I'm a patriot. I got the flag in the back. You pay taxes, you're a slave. You pay taxes, you're a slave. Okay, period. We're all a bunch of slaves. We're all a bunch of rubes. And until this changes and we stop it, nobody on this world has the right to express any sort of, self-esteem whatsoever. If you have pride, if you have the insolence to proclaim that you are proud of yourself, that you love yourself, then I have to say you are deranged or you are stupid beyond any reckoning. Because you're a slave. You're a slave. But you don't have any chains, no shackles. The world is a prison, but it has no bars. Because the real prison is right here. Right in here. So that's about it. Okay, if you wanna support your boy and read more truth, I got a few books on Amazon. Okay, the link will be down below. Thanks for watching. This was just, a discussion, basically. Right? See ya.